So the knife round, Valiance will be obviously wanting to start on this CT side, but AVANGAR win it instead, so it should be swapsies before we go into the brunt of this first half. So both teams should be feeling confident in this one. They're both 0-2, and something that we didn't touch on, but it was on the screen, Valiance, 4 wins in a row, one of those being the 2-1 series they just took. However, you've always got opportunities in series like this, especially against a team like AVANGAR who can be slightly inconsistent. We saw a strong, sturdy Mirage performance earlier on today. However, we get into this matchup with, of course, AVANGAR starting on that CT side. It's the initial pistol round and fast pickups towards mid. It's Valiance taking the aggression in. Esperanto taps away for the first pickups, not going to find anything. Instead, collapsing back towards A. Letney at least finds one, and these USPSs can chip through in time. Sanji and Kicker finally take it back. Ottend and Hunter last alive, and these two players, well, there's a lot of contests towards CT spawn and the A bomb site, so wrapping away from A is absolutely imperative, but you're still watching the cross from Buster. He has the USPS assertively handled, watching everybody on the cross, and James right here as well. That big star player from the previous map, Buster finding one, and Ottend can get that bomb down, but instantly annihilated by James. What a performance from AVANGAR in the previous matchup, and what a performance here today. They've been just such a good team. And I'll turn that game sound up for you, pals. I think it was a little bit low there. But yeah, 1-0 on the board, and AVANGAR going to be starting this series off strong. We've seen very good CT sides from them today. A loss on Mirage, funnily enough. It was Dust 2 that they took against the Vitality side, but now they're playing against Valiance. Mirage being the first map, Dust 2 being the second. That's a reverse of what we saw in the previous series with Vitality actually picking Mirage. Valiance picked Mirage now against the same opponents. Maybe sussing out a weakness on this particular map. Overpass was the one not played in this series that was played in that previous matchup. So AVANGAR don't have to be worried about that one. That was the only match that they actually lost in the previous series. However, it is the attack of the A-bomb site once again. Valiance going for a buy-up in this one. 2 lots of rifles and then a pair of pistols. There's the smoke dropped and the follow-up spray down. Hunter finds 2 big frags. He's the major player from this T side, and Sanji able to eliminate him, not throwing away his gun before finding that frag. 3 versus 3, and the T's are actually finding shots. Letney out in the open, taps away at one. It's damage, but no frag onto Buster, as they have to get this defuse nailed in now. Buster straight on that bomb. One has a kit, and that is Buster holding down this C4. Esperanto, when's he going to go for the peak? He's running out of time, and AVANGAR do secure and seal the defuse. 2-0. We were expecting big things from Valiance in this series, and they will have a lot of opportunities to play in this series. Of course, a 3-mapper best of 3s. Here we've had only 3 mappers so far. Every series so far in the ECS Pinnacle Cup have gone to 3 maps, which is, in the Swiss system, less unusual, but in CSGO, this echelon of CSGO, very unusual to see so many close games. I think we've been blessed here on EFLGG just to have so many good games. Like I've barely seen it in my career, having this many 3 maps with 30 rounds with overtimes. These have been some of the longest games. And Esperanto takes a little bit of damage through that smoke. He's got Buster to worry about from up top. However, moving his way down to underpass, they need to return. Especially that one frag. Nailed straight onto the opposing side. Hunter holding down the line, and the AK-47 can't stand up tall against Sanji. Another player drops. And now Valiance going towards the B-bomb site. They have to face Crizzen, who's low on HP, and with the MP9, he's just going for information, and that actually gives away the whole of the B-bomb site. AVANGAR have to go for the retaliation, the rotation, and Valiance can easily get this bomb down. I know that very far onto short, there is Sanji holding up the line. Low HP, but still finding the frags. Just Esperanto on this site left, and he's run out of HP. He has to find these pickups, and Kikut's able to kick him down to 0 points of health. 3-0 for AVANGAR. A good start for the Kazakhstan side. Org in hand. It's obviously AVANGAR holding the line. Esperanto down to 23 HP, and with Hunter dropped to 0, AVANGAR with good firepower, and of course finding these kills. They're not upgrading the weaponry, so Buster, although he's low on HP, he hasn't actually got investment into these follow-up rounds, so we'll have to pick up an AK, maybe off of Esperanto. Zero on the board, and Crizzen wanting to make that 4 against the pistols. Letney, the only player holstering an AK-47, and it's headshots all across the board. AVANGAR, another shutdown. Kicker catching nice timing. Letney, the only player alive, needs an ace in this situation, and he's being wrapped in from behind as well. The MP9 getting close. Should be able to salvage an AK-47 for his troubles as well, so adding insult to injury, yeah, he's able to pick him up, and big spray downs, of course, wants that AK. That's the upgrade that I was talking about, so now he doesn't have to buy up a follow-up M4 in this round, throwing away the MP9. That's exactly AVANGAR doing their job, and they are, starting to put their foot down in this series. It's Valiance, AWP on Ottend, 4 lots of AK-47s on the other Valiance players. The execute towards A comes in from 3. Lenny towards the top of mid. And Hunter in apartments. We've got a lot of Russian players here, and I think that they're probably facing or looking for AVANGAR to take a win. And since they've got off to a good start, chat does seem to be happy about that one. Valiance picking at least one entry frag up. Crizzen drops. And through underpass, Hunter might have a compromising position as Buster trying to move his way towards the top of mid. This can actually be countered if Hunter finds good timing. There's only one player towards the B site. AVANGAR actually quite nicely poised to take this. Now Buster knows. Hunter throwing away a lot of utility. Kicker hidden away in this angle, wants to move down to Dart. He's got 2 Ts facing him down, and that's another opening kill. Esperanto putting a nice headshot on the board, and now they have to move past Sanji, who tries to catch him on the cross, unable to stop that bomb from going down. So Letney taps in the digits, and he moves straight out for that pickup. It's the AWP to turn 180 degrees to find another, and AVANGAR shut down for the first time here on Mirage. It's going to be 4-1, but can Jane keep alive his precious AWP? That's the big question here, because Hunter's going to answer it. Really important to keep weaponry like that AWP through. That means that James can't invest himself. I think Buster's going to drop him. So, yeah, James, the AWP on the floor. You want to be giving the sniper rifle to that player. He is such a menace with it. And if there's any hope of Valiance getting reset right now, it might be on the shoulders of James, who is playing towards mid. Fast rotate to the A-bomb site, which is the target, the approach for Valiance. The nades pour in, the follow-up smokes. AVANGAR with a couple of counter flashes, but I don't know if it's going to slow the Serbs down. There's the initial flash, bit of damage dealt, and Kicker has to be a bit quicker this time, as he finds 2 pickups with the AUG, a third and final headshot, and that pretty much stunts all aspects of pushing this A-bomb site. Ottend finally tries to pick one in, but the rotate's already here. The bomb dropped in the open, and this has all fallen apart. They do salvage it, and that headshot almost nailed. Ottend takes a lot of damage for his troubles. Deagle on the A-bomb site. Of course, Buster's going to be looking to upgrade, possibly to the AWP, drop that over as a secondary AWP, but James, he often does just enough on his own. Sanji in the back, that's a nice flank, and AVANGAR already establishing pretty decent control on Mirage. They seem confident, they're already going for pushes, and yeah, very early on the board, you'd be really looking for a CT side to not particularly do that. 5-1, as this is a good start. Valiance now need to return. They've done so with quite an aggressive force, though. They would have had money in the 8th, however, not going for this. Instead, pushing towards Palace. They've got the fake towards the B-bomb site. Don't know if it's going to move in first. If they can find Sanji with a nice opening headshot, then this is entirely possible. They've elected to stack one of the AK-47s towards B as well, so they're trying very hard to force a rotation over, which has come. Krisen, the only defender on A, and these flashes and smokes aren't really going to throw AVANGAR for a loop any more than they already have been. There are 4 players locked towards this side of the map, and James finally pouring in. They might even just elect to save here. AVANGAR, is it even possible to win this round? I know that Valiance don't have many rifles, however, AVANGAR do need early entries if they're going to take this. Nobody stacked towards CT spawn, but instead Valiance holding aggressively on the bomb site. There's the opening headshot. Krisen finds one, and he's going to get challenged here. It's Ottend holding down the line, of course, with a SG in hand. Needs to find these shots, but the bomb planted out of cover, and Valiance won't be able to stop this defuse from happening. Sanji holds down the line, and in a 2 versus 2, Valiance can't get nearly close enough. What were those afterplants there? The bomb was planted in no man's land, in cover, where Valiance couldn't hold that bomb. That is a big mistake. Both on the initial bomb plant and then a huge mistake also on the afterplant positions. All 3 players there electing to go away from the bomb site. That is for an open plan. AVANGAR would have had a much trickier time had Valiance just used their brain. As the Serbian side go down 6-1. Hasn't been a good start for them so far, but they've got a lot of opportunities, and this round in particular, finding 2 instant frags. Sanji needs to spray down, only finds 1. That opens up the B-bomb site, and an AUG can be captured. Bomb faked. Nobody from AVANGAR going to peek that one just yet, but Kicker has the perfect angle, perfect timing, and there's the headshot. Drops the bomb, Ottend eliminated, and he's even watching the flank here, knows that perhaps Aletni might come through behind. However, he is moving through short. He needs to check this right angle, wanting to pick the M4 up, and we'll be able to salvage it. Picking Krisen from behind, spots out the second man, and wants to go for that instant peek. A second round secured. Another opportunity for AVANGAR to reset the money had they have gone for another force buy in this one. It's been Valiance going aggressively, not playing economic, not playing conservative, instead playing incredibly liberal and aggressive with their money, going for force buys. It has worked out in the previous round, 2-6, but now they need to start rocking and rolling with these points on the board. Here's an eco opportunity, so they should be able to close this one out, get 6-3. That's not good enough, so you need to find maybe 5, 6, 7 plus rounds on this T side, and AVANGAR are going to have rifles in the next. So you've got to be wary, and Valiance need to be winning this round with as many players as possible alive to carry through the rifles, to carry through this extra economy. But Letney instantly put down. Valiance already taking a little bit of damage. Esperanto in the open, down to 17 points of health, and there's the pistols to finish him, and an AK recovered. This is not a good situation if you're Valiance. You're losing players, you're low on HP on Hunter, and you're even giving away the rifles, which James can now pick up, and we know how much of a beast he is with them. I wonder if they'll even challenge towards the B-bomb site. I'd be setting up for exits if I were AVANGAR. However, you might want to keep the AK in the hands of James with the AUG. Also, on the back of Prison, they are going to fall back and try and save these rifles through to the 10th round. Bomb explodes towards the B-bomb site. AVANGAR do set up for kind of passive exits. If Valiance go aggressive through that angle, then I'm going to take the freebies. I'm going to watch and wait. There's a low chance that I'm going to die there. And even if I do, I have got a little bit of money. I can go for the reinvestment in this one. But obviously AVANGAR wanting to carry those rifles through for this full buy. They've spent everything. This is an opportunity for them to break the Valiant side once again. Remember, they'll have no loss bonus after this. However, after a very powerful eco round just then, Valiance have the cash. 3 players up on a hefty economy, 3,500 to 5,000 on that triplet of players. And Hunter, almost takes that second man. There it is, flicks around, knows that there's another man up for grabs. That's Sanji wanting to go for the rotation, not swinging into his angle. And instead, James, he might be able to run distraction. There's the headshot. Switches his angle. And actually baits out the footsteps. I don't think anybody from Valiance has heard that, so nobody's going to be faked out. I think he was waiting for Sanji to maybe find a frag. If he had done that, then he'd have moved in. However, he'll have to recede. He's still playing, just up top of window, wanting to do as much Valiance damage as possible, but they're not peeking him. They're not going around, and instead the full flank comes through. Next up towards the back of T-Spawn, going into apps. Him moving on to mid could have been the difference maker there, but Letney takes a little bit of damage. 4 on the board for Valiance, as will Buster actually come into contact with this T-Rifler? I don't think so. They'll walk past each other. And another round on the board. Valiance back in this half. AWP, triple AK-47 and an AUG. That's on Letney. Whereas AVANGAR stretched for cash. Obviously just those 2 saved rifles from the previous round. That's all they've got in terms of a buy. And Valiance might be about to walk into a stat with these 2 players. However, you've got the bomb towards the B-bomb site. They've faked the final man. They've pulled that rotation. And nicely done. Just with a couple of nades, you spend, I don't know, $2,000 probably on nades, $3,000, but you save these rifles. You make sure that you win the round, you pretty much ensure this one, and now the AKs can clean up towards the other side of the map. AVANGAR now falling towards CT spawn, wanting to bolster and keep these 2 rifles alive. You want a turtle on this A-bomb site right now because you haven't got too much cash. Valiance are running away with the momentum of this map. $250 clips just today. That's pretty crazy. That's actually insane. 250 people have been clipping this stream. And we're almost at 7,200 followers, so if you want to hit that follow button and type in the chat, you can do that now. We've got a lot of Russian people in the chat. Does anybody know English and Russian, or... I don't know, where are you guys from? Are you from Serbia, Kazakhstan, or just from Russia? Because there is a lot of opportunities, and the chat doesn't seem too English orientated right now, so I want to see where people are from. Time on the clock, flash piling through, Valiance towards the A-bomb site, actually racking up the headshots over by Ninja. Kicker and Jane able to find good pickups, but Letney nicely playing that head glitch angle there. Make sure that Kicker can see as little as possible. Jane tries to take his head clean off, and Letney exposes himself for just half a second too long, and the Dragon Law is able to chase him down. Ottend and Hunter now have to challenge the double AWP setup on A, and with Buster towards CT spawn and Jane up on top of ticket booth, even Sanji holding from below. And a minute left. How are they going to find these pickups? This is a devil's triangle if I've ever seen one. 3 ways to look, and each way you're dead. Perfect coverage, and Jane instantly nails that shot. Otten next in line. Has to make his way out of Palace, but it's Jane to rack it up once again. A beautiful quad kill from him as he starts off Mirage as he means to go on. 9-3 here. That's a 3 KD. We were talking about him being a star player earlier on today, but he has just been at such a high level of play. He's such a phenomenal player. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the reason that AVANGAR goes trailing through this series. And they've started Mirage off incredibly convincing. Oh, that's pretty cool. More people from Russia. Official AVANGAR posts our stream on their group at YFLGG. That's pretty awesome. You know what? So if somebody is here from AVANGAR watching the stream, thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate it. You're from Kosovo in Albania. That's pretty cool. Mr. Boro. Mr. Boro, Kosovo. Interesting stuff. Ottend down to 17 points of health. That tag didn't actually nail directly. It was through the corner of that stone pillar. So a little bit of extra damage done, and 17 HP sits on this team player. As he goes down to red, it's let me to open up elsewhere. Around the Valiance could do with taking, but a 4 versus 4 with low HP on 2 players, this might actually end up being difficult. Hunter isn't even towards the A-bomb site either, so these low HP Ts really have to fire through, and Letney has to be one of them. He's on the flank, but he doesn't have enough health to really mess about here and play and pull rotations. Molotovs land, but with 20 seconds left, Valiance have to speed up. Hunter's here for support and taps away at the face of Buster. He's been the most influential player on this T side, and a lot of the reason why Valiance are taking rounds, planting in cover, and Kicker, from the back, him and Sanji able to shut it down, and with the bomb dropped, Valiance don't have enough time. This is going to be 8-5 as AVANGAR delay the Serbs for just enough. German boy here, you have to do the coverage for 99 damage. Awesome, man. That's pretty cool. So what does that entail? Do you mark down the rounds, or do you mark down like what happens at half time? Nice opening pick. Otto finding that one. Jane drops, and he is such a big player to knock out of the server, especially when AVANGAR are, like, staring down the barrel at 10 rounds here. They could find double digits this half if they just hold it up. Valiance taking a slow play towards A, and Buster's next in line. There are the headshots there. He backs off after just finding one, and now Valiance have to wrap the bomb back to the A bomb site. By the way, guys, we've got 2,500 people here. If you're looking for a career in esports, if you're looking to be a professional esports writer, a professional streamer, a caster, make sure that you get in contact. Our Discord is down below in the banners, and if you can get if you get in touch, message me directly. It's at SquidCS. We're looking for writers, streamers, players, and commentators. So make sure that if you're interested in making a career out of your love for esports, get involved today. And that's the Discord in the chat as well. So thanks very much for posting that. Otto finding more and more pickups, and that bomb goes down within time this time. Of course, Valiance back to make this 6, with AVANGAR not going for an aggressive play in towards A. Eight to 6, of course, and AVANGAR, yeah, slightly struggling in a number of these rounds. Crizzen hasn't found many frags. They're going to be a bit strapped for cash here in the final round, so possibly an 8-7 finishing scoreline here for AVANGAR, who will be in the lead regardless whether they win or lose this round. Valiance, however, they're either going to be on 6 or 7. This is pretty even. I think the pistol round is way more important than this one in particular. Are you from London? I'm from West. Yeah, I'm Northwest London, dude. We're like a couple of miles away from the Wembley Arena. We do events at the Wembley Arena and the places around there. So you should definitely get in touch if you want to be part of an esports organisation. If you're from West London, you're super close. Make sure that you join that Discord. It's in the chat if you scroll up. Nexa finding follow-up headshots. That's actually the equalizer. And Crizzen drops. Buster forced out of position, and he hasn't got much health left. Turns his back to Hunter for a second too long, who's able to find the spray down onto another. Kicker down to 7 HP. He has just no health to utilise, and Jame has to come in massive. They swap over the Orc for the FAMAS. Jame wanting that favourable rifle, and now he has to make his way through. Can he do it? Absolutely not. Otten shuts him down. Kicker gets taken care of by the AK-47. And we go into a second half as close as it gets once again. 8-7. AVANGAR lead by 1. It's all going to be dependent on this pistol round here, as AVANGAR now going to be attacking. And Valiance on the defense. 4 sets of Kevlar, the kit double flash for Otto. 4 sets of Kevlar also for AVANGAR, with Kicker picking up the nades, already throwing them towards this A bomb site. They're going to go for somewhat of an execute, cutting off the jungle. The flashbang right over the top as well. Should be able to blind a player up temporarily. However, just a single flash is always difficult to yield results. You'd often be seeing, yeah, 1 flash, a bunch of players evading it. It's actually, you have to get really lucky if your single flash blinds an enemy for more than a second and a half, which is what you really need in those scenarios. However, AVANGAR going towards the B-bomb site. 4 lots of T's here, and Hunter finding that initial headshot. There's a secondary pickup. Hunter doing the damage on the B-bomb site, and AVANGAR just can't breach it. Buster from the flank, able to pick up a USPS of his own. Otten swinging in. He might be able to drop another man, and yeah, Sanji takes one in the side of the head. But with A covered in Esperanto, instantly picks up Kickert. Just Buster versus 3. He's got enough time on the clock, but the CT's positions are all pretty much unknown, and Buster wants to get the wraparound on the first man, and there it is. Right between the eyes of Hunter, who, sixth sense, kind of did sniff that one out. He's going to check the angle on Esperanto, but another instant headshot. He puts 2 players to bed. In the secondary pistol, Valiance closes scoreline, so 8-8, and all to play for. Oh, what a shutdown. Otto over on mid. Actually picks one up there. He just has the pistol in hand as well. Didn't want to go for any follow-up investment in this 17th. Just making sure that he's got as much cash as possible going into the follow-up rounds. Wanting the AWP out as soon as possible. But he's already found 2 frags just with the P2000. So pretty nicely done. Of course, AVANGAR haven't gone for follow-up investment either. Now over towards Palace and Ramp. How does Jamie even get away there? He's going to try and... I thought he tried to stab next to that at the receiving end of Palace. But 8-9. This first map is really important, especially for Valiance. This is their pick. We know that AVANGAR are no slouches on Dust 2. They just took it against Vitality to get into this top bracket matchup. However, Valiance holding firm on the CT side. And let's see if they can take this one over the line. They have been pretty convincing so far as CT. Their defensive half has been a bit of a brick wall. AVANGAR haven't had many opportunities to breach it, but this is going to be one of them. Bomb held back towards T-spawn, and Otto instantly finding the pickup. He's even playing aggressive for more and more frags. That's dangerous when you see the stars on Valiance really starting to shine. Otto catches another one on the cross. Jame eliminated. And these rifles starting to fall apart for Team AVANGAR. They need the headshots. Oh, and there's one of them. A one-tap for Buster. Tries to follow it up towards Dark, but nobody playing down there. Valiance have to go for the retake before the bomb comes in. And that bomb is actually so far away. And with no flank, AVANGAR going to watch for this C4. Buster just has his angle trained. His AK poised, and that will actually slow AVANGAR to a halt temporarily. Nexa is hidden away down into Dark. Which angle is Sanji going to go for? What a headshot! Spots out Otto, but he doesn't know that there's another man towards Dark, so he spots it out and turns around just in time. Both entries, and that is Valiance crushed. How are they going to be able to get back into this one? Hunter might have the answers. A pair of headshots. Buster and Sanji eliminated, and Kickert needs a beautiful 1 versus 2 here. He's right between the defence as Hunter tries to swivel in. A triple kill's needed, and he's able to wrap up all 3. Beautiful stuff, securing double digits for the Serbs. A great performance right there for AVANGAR to get their way onto the bomb site. They actually had a pretty decent showing right there, but Hunter just slapping right back. 2 versus 3. He found the initial 2 pickups by showing initiative, by peeking right over that smoke towards the bomb planter. It's often an advantage when your opponents are planting the bomb to go for the peek right there. You're only facing a 2 versus 2. They've got the bomb in their hand, so they can't shoot right back. So if you take the initial angel, you can actually get a 2-for-1 situation. And AVANGAR opens up towards mid. It's Buster doing the damage. Sanji with a follow-up headshot. Both take damage, but deal even more. Esperanto and Hunter both drop. They are big players to eliminate. They have got a little more work to do. An aggressively poised Nexa holding here in ramp. Org out, and he can very easily find firefights. There's a very low HP Buster there. Obviously holding on the flank, James is going to be out of the action temporarily. However, Valiance, they've got 3 players on this A site, and AVANGAR don't know it yet. They're about to walk into the stack of every single CT on this map, but Crizzen might be able to open it up first. Surprise, surprise from Jungle, but Letney is still poised on this B-bomb site. He finds the initial shot, swings out for Crizzen. There's a double kill, and that AWP is able to finish off Jane towards mid. This is all falling apart for AVANGAR once again. They cannot find any coverage on A, and Mirage falling in the way of this Valiance team. They had just won it against Vitality, AVANGAR, but this time Valiance do seem like a stricter foe. Kicker, a big headshot, levels back a 1 versus 1. Otto with the AWP needs 1 bullet to finish this one off, but it's onto a full HP Kickert. No smoke means he's going to have to stick the defuse all out in the open. There's no opportunity to ninja right now unless a flash nails perfectly. However, there's the Molotov down. He can actually bait out this. And, Kicker gets spotted. There's the defuse. Nicely done from Otto. So fast on the reaction times. And he slams his foot on the accelerator. And Valiant speed ahead to 11 points. What a convincing CT side. Valiance with their finger on the trigger, their finger on the pulse at all times so far this matchup. It's been a very one-sided performance ever since that 8-7 where AVANGAR were leading. 4 in a row for Valiance, and unless AVANGAR can switch up the pace and find kills now, this is all going to fall apart. Remember, AVANGAR have had opportunities. However, the retakes have just been a little too strong, or a lot too strong, especially on Hunter. He found a couple of nice pickups earlier. Otto just missing that shot by a whisker. Could have eliminated a player instantly. I like this position from Buster downstairs. AVANGAR already taking firm control of the A-bomb site. That nade is going to pour in, and Buster forced out into the open. That's an instant guaranteed kill for Valiance. I love that nade placement. That is how you get ahead in rounds like this, but Kick It fires straight back. It doesn't really matter if you've got the ammunition behind you, and AVANGAR certainly do. Valiance have to be scared in these situations when you've got 3 Ts eagerly waiting and the flank coming in fast. That's on James. He's never really been peeking and pushing with his team. However, I think Letney might be about to get caught off guard. He's watching towards Connector. Is the timing going to work out? A flash up in the air, but he's got James to worry about behind. And this Org trying to chip in from the side. It's even trading. Another 2 versus 2. And Valiance have been so good in these situations. 10 seconds left. And I think that Nexa can actually deny this bomb plant. Straight in, he needs to peek right now, and an easy kill onto Crizzen. 12-8. AVANGAR just aren't planting quick enough. They need to get onto this bomb site. They've been doing that, but then putting the C4 down on the ground when you've actually got manpower to defend. Valiance have been abusing these C4 timings, either peeking in while somebody's planting or waiting for that clock to tick down to 0. That's what happened in the 20th. And 8-12 on the board. AVANGAR just doing nothing on T. A flick misses from Otto on mid. And Valiance, they might be about to secure map 1. Unless AVANGAR can come up big right here, right now. And the spray down isn't going to do them any favours. Sanji drops. And with a minute 30 on the clock, AVANGAR already taking casualties. Crizzen very low on HP. Sanji on no HP. AK-47 towards mid. Buster just holding this down. There's the headshot. 12-8. And of course, in a 4 versus 4 situation, AVANGAR now need to spread the defense a little thinner by finding another shot, but Otto's going to do it instead, falling right back, AWP up close. And AVANGAR, how are they going to challenge? They've not got much more than just one flashbang to take these angles, and there's the flick downwards. Nobody repeaks, and Otto still survives. Oh, and another flick! Otto spinning around like a cyclone, just wrecking the whole of AVANGAR, causing absolute havoc and destruction on mid. 3 fast frags, and James now needs a 1 versus 4 to keep AVANGAR in contention. It's going to be 8-13 unless he can pull this one back, and he's still got the AWP eagerly waiting him down. Otto's already found 3. He's playing towards bench right now, so Valiance, as his time clicks down, James finding another headshot, doesn't quite switch position, just hides towards the right side, and Nexa right in the back, just so confident. You saw that peek come through as soon as he knew that James was tucked away. Pre-fire, re-peek, 13 rounds. Easy as that. Second round, and AVANGAR going for another buy, investing everything. Of course, they've got max loss bonus right now because Valiance haven't been giving them a look in whatsoever. They're up to the 3,400 per round. AVANGAR drops those smokes, and yeah, Buster going to chip through. There's the headshot. 4 versus 5. Buster just surviving on 1 HP in that scenario. Hunter just like 1 tag or 1 inch towards his stomach, and that would have been a follow-up frag. This best of 3 has been beautiful. Remember that the NA games, we will go into them after Europe have finished. So we'll go straight into that one. We'll switch over to EFL GG John, who'll be taking you through the North American action here tonight. Live from our Boston studios. And James at least finds 1 pickup. AVANGAR with a man advantage here. They need to find the follow-up frag. That's Nexa on the A-bomb site. He can run havoc here if he can just dodge these bullets, and he's doing so far. Kicker goes down, and this AUG again! Nexa! How does he do it? Moving left and right on the A-bomb site and picking up moving frags. James, he's already found a pick, but Letney from behind, the USPS in hand, and got to be careful about those ones. 14 on the board, and Valiance, they've just been able to rock and roll to an assertive victory here. It was a close first half, but a whitewash CT side. And that means that I'm going to be scared for AVANGAR going into follow-up maps if Valiance are just able to close this out, especially on the CT side of Dust 2, where Valiance could post a decent defense. Remember, AVANGAR aren't slouches on that, just taking a win against Vitality. That was an incredibly close series. But remember, AVANGAR didn't even take Mirage close earlier, but Valiance are kind of wrecking them right now. I'll be honest, this has been a very one-sided dominant performance, and AVANGAR, their aim stars, their firepower just hasn't been hitting its stride. Hunter leaps that nade in, arcs right into Buster's mouth. And there's the follow-up spray down. Esperanto going crazy with the AK-47. Rattling all 30 bullets towards Kickert's face to be able to find that follow-up frag. And a 3 versus 2. AVANGAR stuck without going for this cross, but James opens up once again. This is an even scenario now. Esperanto is right between to hold off the cross. They've also got the flank, but it's an AWP. This weapon isn't always the one that's most useful. Watching towards CT spawn, now they know that there's not a second man over there. He's coming in from behind. He'll actually spot James out. His back could be actually spotted. James actually in the perfect position for a Palace pincer. I don't know if Letton is going to necessarily be watching for this one, and James You see, he's kind of expecting it, but Letney comes in with one, tries to take the tag onto the second man. Esperanto running in. There's the Molotov. This could waste time, but forces him out into the open. Another headshot tagged, and a third kill for Esperanto. Straight on that bomb, of course. 15 rounds and a flawless CT half for the Serbs. What is this? What is this chat spam? Get out. What the hell? Time out that guy. Goodbye. Stunning stuff. 8-15. And AVANGAR going to have one last push towards this bomb site here. Nexus holding close. They've got CT coverage, but the T's are about to pour in. They don't check dark. Sanji drops, and this Molotov does burn Nexra alive. That Molotov flash combination is often so dangerous, and now Valiance have to chip him once again, but this time it's not a favourable situation. Letney right over that smoke with the AWP, desperately looking for information. And that bomb being planted. Esperanto and Hunter both finding picks. It's just James against 3. He's coming in for the flank, but gets spotted out instantly. The element of surprise gone. He can't find anything here. And, well, Letney does expose himself. This is going to be the wraparound for James. And both of these players very low on HP. This is very doable for the star of this AVANGAR side. He's been the top fragger throughout today. Esperanto and Hunter also being big players, not just in this round, but in this series. 40 seconds on the clock. James now finally running out of time. Bomb out in the open between this crossfire of CTs. And James looking for at least one of them, but he's not going to find anything against these passive Valiance players. They might even give him the bomb and just wait for him to plant, knowing that he's going to run out of time and there's no opportunity for him to wrap back to the B-bomb site. If he plants out in the open, he's going to be taken by Esperanto from pit. Planting in cover means Hunter can punish, and that's exactly what happens. I know the nade does connect, but